Nobody seems to hate Lara Croft more than the people that have held the license for her over the last 20 years or so. Square Enix and now the Embracer Group and Crystal Dynamics. There's been attempts to make a TV show, which thankfully have stalled. The garbage Netflix anime is pretty much done as well. And now even more good news for people that actually love Lara, because the Tabletop RPG, which was going to absolutely ruin her even more, has also been cancelled. Looks like Lara Croft is dodging all the bullets. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. It's so bizarre that in the last 20 years or so, Lara Croft just can't seem to get going. When a good idea comes along, it seems to stall almost immediately. And then when bad ideas come along, well, they just go nowhere. When they tried to relaunch Lara back in 2013, I believe it was, with the Tomb Raider game, I thought that Square Enix were going in the right direction. They built up Lara Croft in that first game, and I was excited for the sequels to see a confident Tomb Raider, which we never got. We got more damaged Lara and more apologetic tomb raiding. No longer was Lara Croft this anti-hero. No longer was she self-serving. She was learning from the mistakes of her past and all this blah, blah, blah bollocks. So those games died out pretty quickly. Square Enix sold the license to the Embracer Group and Crystal Dynamics, and Crystal Dynamics have been trying everything in their power to annihilate the character. Amazon, of course, tried to get a TV show going with Phoebe Waller-Bridge as the showrunner, who's essentially done nothing since Fleabag. Everything she's touched after that has turned to shit. And thankfully, it doesn't look like that TV show is going forward, particularly with the announcement that Sophie Turner was the pick for Lara Croft, and I can't think of a worse bit of casting. Then we got some decent news that an animation was in the works, and Haley Atwell was actually going to do the voice of Lara Croft. This was pretty exciting stuff, until we actually saw what the animation was going to be, and it was Lara's gay now. And pretty much that was it. And why did they do that? Because they hate the fact that Lara Croft is a sexy, sensual, curvy woman that, guess what? Straight men might gravitate towards. And so, of course, they have to try and twist it, turn it, and we'll see some other examples of that. But about a year or so ago, a year and a half, a tabletop RPG based around Lara Croft and tomb raiding was announced, and it looked like it was going to be an unmitigated disaster. This comes from Polygon from February of 2024. New Tomb Raider RPG is in development and fans can test it soon. Well, not really, actually. Not really at all. And so they announce this Shadows of Truth tabletop RPG where Lara can team up with a bunch of freaks, really. Yes, she can team up with a no-legged, fat black woman with pink streaks in her hair who thinks they're an archer. Or you can have this dude. Oh, no. That's also meant to be a sexually ambiguous chick, because when I think Lara Croft, I'm thinking stunning and brave, inclusion and diversity, and trans representation. We've then got Jonah-esque looking character who's, again, body positivity, and then another flat-chested, who knows, they, them, most likely. Evil Hat Productions, the company that were going to make it, were previously known for the title Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Yep, you can't make this stuff up. They do it to themselves. This article from Bounding Into Comics goes a little bit into that. But we start to see the character sheets, but then we get this statement from them: raiding and colonialism. So this is a statement that was put out by Evil Hat as regards to their vision for the tabletop RPG. What then is raiding, and how does it mirror colonial practices? Raiding, as depicted in the original Tomb Raider games and stories, involved going to ancient tombs and historical sites of different civilizations and acquiring artifacts. Yes, that's what Lara did. She went into tombs and she plundered them. She plundered them for her own thrill, and she plundered them for her own benefit. But of course, she's a woman. We can't have a woman doing stuff like that. Women must be amazing, mustn't be able to take from other civilizations. Oh my God, Z's, can I give you some reparations, Z's? Let's carry on. It operates on the assumption of finders keepers, correct, that grants raiders with the means and drive to claim ownership of artifacts regardless of whether they have any historical or cultural claim to the treasure. This is, of course, the infant guide to colonialism. A lot of the artifacts which are in museums today have been saved from tribes. They've been saved from countries that would destroy them, that would sell them, that would keep them away from the people and heritage of their lands. And therefore, they're actually doing these countries a favor. But oh no, we're just going to make it a basic, you took from us, you need to give back from us, because nuanced arguments or nuanced research would actually kind of go against what they're trying to do. Later games released in the franchise have started work on addressing this by having Lara Croft acknowledge her past mistakes and try to understand and show respect for the cultures and communities she comes into contact with. She has also worked to reform raider culture and raise awareness for her. Oh, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. Utterly pathetic. Lara no longer decorates her mantle with mythic artifacts. As a raider, she prioritizes seeking out the truth. Much of this game is inspired by her humanity, struggle. Her struggle? My struggle? Okay. With heroicism and her tenacity. We believe that all three aspects are important component in creating a game that celebrates history and culture while acknowledging the respect and work required to live in a world wounded by colonialism. Colonialism is civilization. Hashtag deal with it. In this game, we seek to continue in the work alongside Crystal Dynamics by creating a sandbox for you to tell stories that address colonialist themes in play and create your own stories of respect and support for the people and cultures your seekers encounter. I'm going in raids and I'm nicking your fucking shit. All right? Finders, bloody keepers. So obviously, with a mission statement like that, this game was destined for massive success. Oh, wait, no, quite the opposite. Because although these mentally ill fucking freaks think that that's what people want, it's actually not what people want at all. One of the biggest successes in recent times as regards to Lara Croft was the, well, episodes 1 to 3 remasters, which kept the same controls, it kept the same look, it just really upscaled everything to be absolutely incredible, stayed faithful to the story, stayed faithful to the character of Lara Croft. That, of course, made Crystal Dynamics exceedingly angry because they didn't want old Lara, they wanted new Lara. Well, guess what? Nobody wants any of your shitty Lara. In actual fact, they had this disclaimer before them. The game and this collection contain offensive depictions of people and cultures rooted in racial and ethnic prejudices. These stereotypes are deeply harmful, inexcusable, and do not align with our values at Crystal Dynamics. Rather than removing this content, we have chosen to present it here in its original form, unaltered, in the hopes that we may acknowledge its harmful impact and learn from it. Tomb Raider is never gonna be able to excel again with Crystal Dynamics at the helm. Then yesterday, this amazing news dropped. Tomb Raider Shadow of Truth. Sad news, maybe for you, but great news for everybody else. We are cancelling the Tomb Raider RPG project due to creative differences. We couldn't get our vision to gel with the licensors, so we've chosen to part ways. We've tried desperately hard to ESG and DEI it to the nines, but unfortunately, even Embracer Group have been like, yeah, this is just fucked in the head because you are. And we are really trying to make a little bit of cash here if possible with this license because the Amazon series is fucked. The animation is fucked. And we need some fucking money. So no. Take it ESG, trans representation, disabled black, pink-haired twat female fat girls, and fuck off. The stellar team designing this game that also did Thirsty Sword Lesbians put their hearts into making this an exciting, dynamic RPG of adventure and exploration. No, because you reread your mission statement and it sounded like a pile of fucking shite. We're proud of the work they've done and we plan to retool the project as a standalone game with a fresh, original setting. Holy crap. You might literally sell ones of those, you know, for that. Oh my God. Does anybody have a tabletop RPG adventure out there that deals with the theme of colonialism? Oh my Godsies, I live in Portland and I'm mentally fucking ill. You haven't seen the last of it? Yeah. Believe you me, we have. We've seen all that we need to see. Thank you very much indeed. With a lot of franchises, it looks like the world is desperately trying to heal. However, the people that are in charge of these franchises are so resistant to allow that happen. If they do allow that to happen, it's an admission of defeat. So they have to ask themselves a question. Do you want to make money or do you want to go out of business? Because to be perfectly honest with you, both of those terms are acceptable to me. I won't give a flying fuck. I'll see you in the next video. You take care. Bye for now.